I'm going to just be honest. I don't think nobody annoys me more than this woman right now. She gets up under my skin. I mean, how can you sit there like she literally copied and pasted Trump's message and nobody cares?
And eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
It's incredibly frustrating when you sit there and try to separate yourself just for everybody to come and copy you, and now you look like you're a clone of everybody else. So everybody's now going to take the whole tax on tips idea and go, oh, well, Kamala thought of it too. And it was like, give them more of a reason not to like Trump, right? It's crazy, right? Oh, yeah, Kamala said no tax on tips, so we support her. But when Trump was saying it, we didn't hear it. It's weird, man. She gonna be building that wall before November 5th. I'm gonna just say that. At the rate that she's going right now, come on, man. And on top of it, think about this. She's campaigning as if she can't do any of the that she's talking about right now. Like, at this very moment. Y'all do realize she is the vice president, right? She hasn't done it for years, and she won't fix anything. It's a big scam, in my opinion. It's all over Obama. Anyhow, my guy J.D. Vance came in defense of Donald Trump because, you know, they tried to play your boy Donald Trump like he's a racist, saying he don't like black people, yada, yada, yada. But J.D. Vance, I mean, had a brutal takedown of this CNN reporter right here, man. I'm going to read it exactly as the tweet says. J.D. Vance explains that Donald Trump was not attacking Kamala Harris's race, but was criticizing her for being a chameleon. Indian today, black tomorrow. Dana Bash reminds him he called Trump Adolf Hitler, who massacred, I don't even want to say that. Why is he not a chameleon? J.D. Vance actually stepped up to the plate to answer this question. Check it out.
One last question. Please. And I can't believe I have to ask you this, but I do, because Donald Trump has been attacking Kamala Harris's racial identity.
He has not been, but ask your question.
Well, he questioned her racial identity. He said a number of years ago she happened to turn black. Her father is Jamaican. Do you believe Kamala Harris is black?
I believe that Kamala Harris is whatever she says she is, but I believe importantly that President Trump is right that she's a chameleon. She pretends to be one thing in front of one audience. She pretends to be something different in front of another audience. Look, Dana, she's not running a political campaign. She's running a movie. She only speaks to voters behind a teleprompter. Everything is scripted. She doesn't have her policy positions out there. She hasn't answered why she wanted to ban fracking, but now she doesn't. She wanted to fund police, but now she doesn't. She wanted to open the border, but now she doesn't. She should have to answer for why she presents a different set of policies to one audience and a different set of policies to another audience. And I think that's what President Trump is getting at. This is a fundamentally fake person. She's different depending on who she's in front of.
With respect, you changed your position on an important thing, which is Donald Trump.
Of course I did.
So why are you not a chameleon?
Because, Dana, I've explained to the American people what's different. People change their minds when the facts change. They should. But if you want to be the people's vice president or president, you should have to stand before an interviewer and say, this is why I changed my mind. So to everybody who's seen that I criticized Donald Trump, since he asked the question, here are two things.
You didn't just criticize him. You said he could be America's Hitler.
Well, that's a criticism, and I didn't say that exactly, but set that to the side. What I said about Donald Trump and what I believed about Donald Trump, two things that really changed. First of all, I didn't think Donald Trump would be a good president. He was a great president. Wages were rising. The world was more peaceful. Remember, when Donald Trump was running for president the first time, they said he would start World War III. He brought more peace to the world than any president of my lifetime. The second thing, Dana, is I believed, and I'm ashamed of it, I believed a lot of the media lies about Donald Trump in 2016. I believe that he said things like, for example, the media said Donald Trump accused all Mexicans of being rapists and criminals. You actually look at what he said, he did not say that at all. And I think it's important when you see something, you change your mind, and that's all I've done. And my pitch to the American people would be, I imagine a lot of folks who are thinking about voting for Donald Trump in 2024, maybe they've bought in to the media lies about him. Think for yourself, look at what he actually said, and I think you'll find that he's, one, a very engaging guy, but two, was a very good president.
There aren't media lies. We play him and we let him speak for himself, and so people are getting exactly.
I'm not accusing you of lying,
no, I know,
Dana. You know I like you, but the media lies from time to time about Donald Trump.
People hear him for himself. Last question.
That is
are you
not
going to
true.
debate Tim Walz?
Of course. I want to debate Tim Walz. I think it's important, and I think that it goes to a very fundamental difference between the Trump-Vance ticket and our opposition. We believe in talking to the media. We believe in answering questions. We believe in debating. I think it's really important. I mean, look, I'm asking the American people to make me their vice president. It's really important to stand before the American people to make that case, and I'm going to keep on doing it in whatever forum I get the opportunity.
I gotta admit, I mean, I'm still learning more and more about JD Vance's, history. But from what I've seen, from the point of, from the time I was, put on to him to now, man, I rock with him so far, man. He's very articulate in the way that he responds. And somebody actually wrote right here, JD Vance can articulate the truth better than anyone I've seen, and he blows their lies out of the water. With one sit-down interview, he's amazing. The one thing that I enjoyed the most was the fact that he kept his cool, calm demeanor while the shade was being thrown, while debunking the lies and still being able to keep his composure. If you notice, in the conservative movement, at least, well, the right, people on the right, I've noticed this overwhelming, awareness to make sure they stay calm when they're dealing with left-wing media, because I know. All they're gonna do is all it takes is one moment of them having some anger or being provoked, and that clip is gonna be clipped and put across all platforms, and people are gonna quote unquote watch and think for themselves. But the clip is only gonna show the clip in context to the rhetoric or the narrative that they trying to paint. But JD Vance, man, he pointed that out and told her, like, look, man, y'all lie. Quit playing. Telling us there aren't media lies. Couldn't believe she actually said that. It's the opposite day, apparently, somebody said. Oh, Vance has changed his opinion, not his ethical proclamations. Big difference. And I mean, is it not okay to evolve? I mean, I once didn't like Donald Trump. I actually hated his guts and didn't know why. I couldn't even tell you why. I was told to hate his guts. And because I was an emotional propaganda zombie, I just stuck to it. But when I started putting the common sense to common sense, my position changed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. Dana Bash is the woman Dana Bash is the one who was interviewing. Okay, now I know that there are many lies. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. I'm trying to tell y'all. No Lies Detected, somebody I'm reading. When she is with white liberals, she speaks perfect English. When she's with black leftists, she has a hood accent. And she has a hood accent on it. She is a chameleon. We're speaking about Kamala Harris, and Trump is right. She is unoriginal and tries to do something and tries to be something and someone else. This is why she'll lose. Honestly, unfortunately, that's going to be the reason why she has even a leg up, because you got people who are so blinded. You got people that are so blinded with Trump TDS. They much rather voting for her is voting against them. Voting against Donald Trump. But speaking of voters, Kamala Harris voters think that they will be owned by a man under Project 2025 if Trump gets in office. The disabled queer said she was worried Trump would be taking away her bank account. LMAO. That's what Colin Rugg wrote on Twitter, y'all. Let's check it out.
Why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
It's ridiculous how anymore it's really hard for people like us, like queer people, and just anyone else in that general umbrella. Thank you. General umbrella. It's just really hard for us to get rights, and with how the Republicans are handling everything, it's just putting more and more stress on us, like basically taking away everything we have. And it's just important that we feel safe just even living here, because everyone's been wanting to leave the country, and this is the only chance we have to properly fix everything.
What about you?
I would definitely say that I want to keep my rights. I really do. As a queer individual and someone who's physically disabled and may not be able to do certain things, I feel like they probably wouldn't have accommodations for someone like me, especially given that I like women as a woman. I want to keep access to my bank accounts. I would like to keep making money. I don't want to be some man's object. I really don't. It's the whole thing with Project 2025 is terrifying. I read through some of it and it was just insane. It's bad.
I just heard a load of BS, bro. That was a load of crap. You gonna take away my bank account? I'm gonna keep it right. You know, they don't have rights for queer people like me. You know, I like girls, so you know, as a girl like girls is difficult. What? We live in 2024. What are you talking about? Huh? I'm going straight to the comments on this. These people are completely brainwashed. This is what complete ignorance looks like. Somebody says brainwashing is really working. Project 2025 isn't Trump. Isn't Trump endorsed? The lies of the left are hurting Americans. How do we make the blanket lies disinformation for those not accustomed to the word lie? Stop. Can we fine them for infractions? Take away a percentage of their campaign funds? I don't know, man. Apparently, they don't want any consequences. The government's... Oh, that's an ad right there. I'm sorry, y'all. Keep scrolling. Keep her bank accounts. How did he keep a straight face talking to those two? I don't know, man, because as soon as she would have said bank accounts, I would have been like, come on, dog. She has never read a word of Project 2025. These people are really dumb. Thankful they will not breathe. Somebody says the left is truly unalivable to themselves. If that I can, that's the only way I can say that right now. Anyhow. Yeah, man. Project 2025, they trying to make it seem like it's just this scary agenda. I mean, some things are a bit extreme, but I was looking through just some of the pages and I'm going, oh, it's not as fear-mongering as the left is making it seem. And Candace Owens was right, because when I approached it, I was very cautious and my mind was already kind of like, oh, well, you know, they saying this is just da-da-da-da. But as I'm reading it, I'm going, wait, this ain't as bad as they... man. Y'all, I'm fully convinced that we need to do something like a cognitive test for us to be able to vote. Because Lord,